What's up everybody, welcome back to Low Luxury and welcome back to Low Luxury Archive, where we are diving deep into the archives of Demna Gvasalia's Balenciaga. And today we got a pretty iconic pair of shoes. Well, not just shoes, they're boots. BB rim boots, baby. Oh, look at those. Zip them up. Oh, branding all over the soles. But really, it's all about this guy right here, right? That like buckle BB. I love it so much. All right, so we are not just gonna take a close-up look at these, we definitely are. We're also gonna look at the original collection that they came from, and then we're gonna try them on. We'll tell you how they fit, how they feel, but then we will also try to put together a fit based on that original runway look. So let's dive in. Yo, before we get too much further, subscribe to the channel. I make tons of luxury and streetwear content, and also, if you're looking for deals on luxury and streetwear, check the description. I've got some of the best sites with all authentic stuff. Check it out. All right, here we are on the Vogue Runway page for Balenciaga, and I actually love this one because we're gonna have the pick of the litter here. Because let me tell you, as part of the Fall 2019 show, Demna used these boots everywhere. Like, there they are. That's the loafer. There they are. There they are. There they are. There they are. There. No, those are like weird riding boots. There they are. Anyway, it goes on and on. Like, every other look in this collection used the BB rim boots. I gotta stop. Monogram boots. Let's call them that. Or belt buckle boots. I like that. That's like some alliteration. The BBB, the belt buckle boots. Yes. So this was a very tailoring heavy collection. You can see a lot of boxy shoulders, this double-breasted. I really like that like hidden button closure. That's super sick. But it's a lot of tailoring. And I've got to say, I'm a little bit low on my tailoring. I don't have tons and tons of suits and blazers around. I got some. I got what I need. Oh, baby, I got what you need, but I don't have an overflowing amount of things to work from like I do for more of like a streetwear look, right? But now that we've looked at this, we do have to figure out which look we're going to be imitating. This coat is like a grail of mine. That's so sick. And I just realized I said which one we're going to be imitating. I don't want to say that. The look we're going to be taking inspiration from. This is a really cool look. Super big leather jacket with like some crop pants. That's super sick. I like these looks. A lot of these looks are pretty underrated. The pinch collar, neon fluo yellow coat. Yes, please. Yes. We've actually, I think we already did this look in this series at some point, but I don't know when. Or a very similar look, maybe? No, it was that one. It was that one. Now I remember. Ooh, some sweaties? We got some sweaties coming out? I really like this. This might be the one. I think there was another, though. Ugh, yes, how do we decide? I want to do one of these. I really want to do one of these. Which one do we do, you guys? Which one do I have the look to pull off? Alright, well, we're doing one of these. I'll look through what options I got, and we'll decide from there. Alright, now that we know where these came from, let's take a closer look. So here they are. Oh my god, they're so sick. But I gotta tell you guys, this is a little bit of a lesson in watch what you buy. Luckily, I've gotten pretty good at not buying fakes, so these are real, thankfully. But the condition is way worse than they looked from the photos. Like, I'll pull some of the photos up on screen here, and you'll see what they did. I should have seen this coming. They like crushed the blacks in the photos, so it covered up all of like the creases and condition issues and stuff like that. So these are in much worse shape than I thought they were, but really not bad in the grand scheme of things. And I mean, they didn't lie necessarily in the listing, so I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. But beware, buyer beware as always. But let's get into some of the details here. So they're actually quite a bit lighter than I would have expected. They're still heavy. They're still boots, you know what I mean? But a lot of Balenciaga stuff with like chunkier soles or whatever is like really heavy. And these, they're just like an average weight for a leather boot like this, I would say. Of course, we got our monogram in metal, silver metal, at the toes here. Take a look at all the little details in there, how they cross over each other. It's really, really nice. And you can also see they kind of pop out a little bit from the sides because there's a little bit of a curve to the top of this shoe at the vamp. So it meets right in the middle there. That's where it's connected. And then there is a little bit of a gap in the sides there. As you can see, they're a square toe, nice and squared off. I feel like the pictures don't necessarily do that justice. You don't realize how squared off they are, but when you look at them head on, like, it looks flat, you know what I mean? And that's something that Demna really likes doing and something I really like as well. Like, you don't see that too often anymore. The outside is fairly standard here. You just got a single seam down the side here, and it's very, very clean, that stitching. She's a beaut. She's a beaut. You guys look at that straight stitch through leather. And the sole is also quite standard for a boot. You've got a nice heel here. I would say that's what, about 3/4 of an inch maybe? I wouldn't be surprised. And then you can see where that's kind of attached to this thinner layer. You can just barely see the line right there, right? It's not a squared off block heel or anything like some Balenciaga formal shoes. It is rounded off like a normal boot, I would say. And then at the inside of the shoe, you got that little curve there. And then you got a zipper here. I like how they've done little kind of counters to keep things safe here. Make sure you're not damaging the important parts of your shoe too much. But when this closes up, let me show you. It's real nice. So once you close it up, that kind of seam closes up as well. And it gives it a nice look, I would say. It's not too overbearing on the zipper. The zipper is YKK. A lot of times Balenciaga will use branded zippers with the monogram on it, but in this case they went straight YKK. And like I mentioned in the intro, the sole is branded. Smartly, they have added grip at the toes here, so this is like a rubber here, slightly textured rubber, and they've put the logo in diagonally, kind of like those famous sweaters they make, and that is all over that big bold Balenciaga font. Going across there, right at the center, you get Balenciaga, made in Italy, and your size, in this case 43. We'll talk about sizing a bit more later. You've got the slightest curve here for the sole, and then another layer of grip down at the back of the heel. There is the kind of edge of it at the top. You can see it's really just this one layer of the leather. I guess it's two stitched together, that makes sense. And then the inside is very, very smooth texture leather. You can see inside there we've got the Balenciaga logo pressed into that insert, which is stitched down on the side super cleanly. And then, as with all Balenciaga kind of like formal shoes and boots, the model number and size are printed on there on the inside in gold. What a nice pair of shoes, eh? It's just nice. This is a good one. It's a standard pair of boots, but with the square toe, with the monogram buckle. It's just a nice little flex there. I ain't mad about it. Now that we've seen all those details, let's try these on. But first, we gotta take another look at that original runway fit. Alright, so we got our boots. Of course we got our boots, we know that. But what are we gonna do for our big ol' sweaty? Well, we're gonna go with some Raf Simons, this crazy, glittery, like Lurex sweater. It's got a weird extra armhole in it. I don't know, you'll see, this thing's sick. The pants, I surprisingly didn't have that much that was like a 1-to-1 perfect match for it, but we do have these Issey Miyake blue and pink pleated pants. These things are insane, so we're gonna go with those. And then for our button down underneath, we've got this like red, blue, green plaid shirt from Eton. I never know how to say that, but that'll just kind of like be popping out the bottom. So let's throw these on and see how it goes. All right, so we may have finally found it. This look may be hashtag too much for me. There's a lot going on here. I probably would have switched out the pants. I think that's what's kind of putting it over the top for me, but I get it. Like, as a runway look, totally works. But going out on the street dress like this might just be a little bit too clowny for me. I don't know. But one thing that ain't clowny here is the boots. This look is crazy, but the boots are classy as hell, and they look awesome. So let's start off talking about the fit.
These are tagged a size 43, which generally translates to a US men's size 10. These definitely fit a bit big. I would say they fit best for like a 10.5, so they fit about a half size bigger than the tagged size in my opinion. But that's the case for a lot of Balenciaga kind of like dress shoes and boots and stuff. I often find that they fit pretty big. As for the feel, I have to say these are not my favorite. I've got a lot of Balenciaga sneakers and shoes, and these, as far as the comfort and feel, are on the lower end. And that's because the leather, it feels a little bit cheaper than some of their other ones. A lot of the time in their other shoes, they'll use calf leather and stuff like that, which is just insanely high quality. This, they went for a more typical boot type of leather. And also another thing is I don't like the shape of the sole. So a lot of Balenciaga's formal shoes, they'll put a curve into that sole so that when you step, your whole foot goes with it. And what that helps is it makes it so that your vamp doesn't crease. But you saw right from the start of this, when we first looked at it up close, this thing already has creases, and they don't look like they were worn that much. And that's because that sole doesn't curve with the step. When you step off your toes, every single time you do that, the vamp is going to crease, and that's just going to make the shoes look very used fairly quickly compared to a lot of other Balenciaga shoes I've worn. Do they look great? Absolutely, yes, no question. But the actual design of them in terms of the functionality, I find lacking a little bit. Does that mean I hate them? Absolutely not. They're totally sick, and I'm totally going to wear them, but I'm probably going to treat them more as kind of beaters than they really deserve. Like, I'm going to wear these things, and since I know they're going to crease, I'm just going to accept that and kind of let them get beat up, which is unfortunate, but it's just kind of where we're at with the design of the shoe and what that leads to. So, totally love having them in the archive, but I'm just going to wear them and beat them up, and that's what it is. So those are the BB rim boots from Balenciaga. BB monogram. Baby monogram. Take a look at the other video on screen here. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time. I'm losing it. I can't even talk anymore. Bye.